Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the preview show this week on our little bonus episode that we are doing at the end of every week before the Premier League football at the weekend to preview it. Chelsea versus Arsenal, Tobes versus Rory. Finally, the pressure is taken off my shoulders. I've had a tough week, guys, all right? It's been really hard, but I've made it through. Pressure's off Spurs a little bit this weekend. Fulham, so, I mean, it's a big game for us, but Chelsea versus Arsenal is where all of the attention is going to be. Boys, how are we feeling? Tobes, go to you first. Feeling confident ahead of the weekend?
I never like playing Arsenal. It's always like full of nerves, but I think it's an interesting one. Top of the table clash, or can it be? Can we make it a top of the table clash and get a win?
Well, it is first v second, technically. So.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just I think there's a bigger gap between first and second than there is like second to like eighth.
Yeah.
But there's 6 points.
Yeah,
clear, so that
sure,
3 pointer, you know?
Yeah.
Like if we can claw that back, I think there would be some belief amongst our fans and the actual squad themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
I seem to remember you saying on Monday that you were really, really confident that Chelsea would not lose this game. Are you still that confident about it?
Yeah, I don't think we do lose this game.
No chance.
Not no chance, but I would say
you're not fully backing it, but
I'm not. I would say 95% sure that we don't lose the game.
That is
95% sure you don't lose the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No, I rate it. You know, you're proper Chelsea, mate. You got to back the boys.
I don't think
that's
Arsenal. Some
95%.
You might as well.
That we don't lose. That we don't lose.
Do you think Arsenal have a 5% chance of winning?
Yeah.
That's how.
Oh, that's proper Chelsea. Clip that. Yeah. Clip that.
We'll revisit this on Monday.
I've given you some percentages.
The next Monday episode could be another fun one, actually.
Another fun one.
No, I think it's interesting because it could be a top of the table clash, but it could also be if Arsenal win, you go 9 points behind City, who have leapfrogged you again because they're probably going to beat Leeds. Yeah. So this is a bit of a game where if you're going to be in the title race, you need to win.
I agree, and for you, it's we don't really want to lose because you're on that gap. So I think we know that kind of suggestion.
No, I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's the case.
A bit of a draw.
No,
that's what I think will be the result. But
it wouldn't surprise me if it ended up being a draw. But I don't think our mentality will be you're not City. It's not. We're not going to the Etihad going a draw is good for us.
But I mentioned it to you guys on the podcast. Like we're doing all this without our best player, without our Haaland. I think if we were to close without 3.
Yeah,
we are.
Against us,
no, I know, but as in we'll find a way.
Is that a? That
doesn't
feel like
I don't know.
Proper Chelsea injury, stubbing his toe, playing FIFA apparently.
No,
not very Chelsea at all. John Terry with his headband on, we're playing through anything.
Does that maybe we can't read into it too much, but if he's got angry going 1-0 down in foot champs and kicked some, does that
crazy, by the way,
raise question marks over his mentality?
Absolutely not. I think there's a relatability to a man that's lost his head at foot champs.
There is a relatability. If
anything, it just makes me buy him.
But I don't want to relate.
What do you think the attitude would be towards Martin Odegaard?
Yeah,
Martin Odegaard hurt his foot dropping his matcha latte. It's a bit different to losing at Ultimate Team. Like realistically, it'd be nice to have Palmer for that game, but we're going to have him throughout the season. I think if we were to close that gap, considering what we have out, I think there would be some belief there. It's like, oh, hang on.
So if you don't think you lose the game, where is it that you think that you get at Arsenal? Like, where is it you think that is something that I look at and think we can win that?
On the right. I think Stephen
against
Calafiori.
He's not starting.
It could be Neto. I think Neto and Garnacho will be the wingers against Barca. Sorry guys, this is before, but I think that'll be the case. So I wouldn't be surprised if he plays there. And I think Calafiori, the way he gets forward, could be an area that we exploit. I also think, as much as I thought Hincapié looked very comfortable against Spurs, but I don't know who wouldn't look comfortable. So I would like to see him maybe tested a bit more. We've seen those Leverkusen boys struggling this season. Maybe he's another one. So I think there are areas we can get at them. I think the midfield battle is the key bit.
Yeah, I think the big question will be, will you try and get at them?
Yeah,
this is what we've consistently seen against Arsenal this season. Teams don't try and get at us. So you're saying,
but we heard all this against PSG. Like I've heard all this, like, you can't do anything against them. It's like, yeah, you can.
Sorry, are you going back to the Club World Cup again? Because we can't keep going every single time we preview a Chelsea game. But in the glorified friendly back in June,
my point is to hear why would you attack a certain team. We heard all of this and we did it anyway. They are not going there. We're not going to play at the bridge to sit behind. We're not going to be sitting banks of 10 because we can't defend that well. No. We know our strengths. We're not going to be doing that. But what we can do is we can hurt teams. We are I think joint top scorers in the league.
Yeah.
Without our best player, brings
joint top scorers with.
Yeah, I think without Palmer, you really struggle against Arsenal because I think when Arsenal are in their structure and you have the ball, I think that he is the one you look at and go, give him the ball, he can create something.
It's one of the best. You're missing one of the best players in the league. You're going to be impacted by it, but I think what they've shown is they can overcome teams without. I do think they've shown that so far this season.
I think the best
obviously Arsenal's it's a different kettle of fish, and that's why I'd say I think a draw is more likely. But I do think there are ways we'd hurt Arsenal. I don't think that's some impossibility when I've seen Sunderland hurt them. It's not. It's not some.
Here you go. So you mainly think it's going to be a draw.
Mm-hmm.
If one team was to win, who do you think's more likely?
Us.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Well, I think we're more likely to win. I think it's more likely that we win than it's a draw.
Yeah.
I'd probably go 50% Arsenal win, 40% draw, 10% Chelsea win. I would be very surprised if Chelsea won the game.
If you're enjoying this video, the full episode is out now on all podcast platforms. Link is in the description.
Well, he said it's a 5% chance Arsenal wins. So I'm saying there's more of a chance.
I know.
He's lost his head.
Look, I know.
So you're both supremely confident.
Good result. Yeah, but I feel like I've got more to back that up.
No, I agree.
You've had a good result against Burnley. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not looking at Burnley. I'm looking at it from like a big game point of view.
PSG in June.
In general. No, not even just that. Like even when we played Liverpool with even more players out, and as much as Liverpool beat Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool actually beat Arsenal. But are they that unbeatable?
I agree.
Like they're not. This is not. We're not talking about 2011 Barcelona here. We're talking about Arsenal. Like they're not.
No, we're talking about
a really solid side. They are, but this is not some side.
They're better. They're a really solid side. I hate them as much as anybody.
I agree. They're the best side in the league. I agree on a consistent basis. They are that. But we are not talking about a side that in the future you look back at and you go, they're up there with any of them. They're not this impossible team to beat. Like I said, Liverpool beat them this season.
For Liverpool to beat us, I think we massively probably regret the way that we took that game on. I think we gave them too much respect. I think if we had played them 10 games later in the season, seeing now how they've played, because at that point they had won every game.
But is that not the onus of a top team will smell blood anyway?
Maybe. But they did also only still beat us with a ridiculous worldly free kick.
Right, but it was a 0-0 draw anyway, which is a poor result given the context of what this Liverpool side is. They're not. This is not some unbeatable side. It's just not.
Either way, that game aside, generally speaking, Arsenal this season have been
easily the best. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying in a one-off game, we're very capable of being any team. Very capable.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if we beat Arsenal, then we have a crap December. That would not surprise me. Yeah. But I think in this game, I don't think we'll lose it.
I think your confidence is fair. Like I think you have a chance of winning the game. And I think at Stamford Bridge, anything's possible.
If it was away, I wouldn't be anywhere near as confident. But at home, when
was the last time you beat us at the Bridge?
A number of years ago.
You haven't actually turned up against Arsenal in ages.
The last 2 years have been draws when we've been a worse side.
But so have we. This is the best. I think this is the best.
You've been a pretty similar side. Like 23-24, you guys say is the best. That's kind of the best period. Yeah. It wasn't. We were 2-0 up.
I think if Palmer magically recovers and is fit for the game, and Esteban starts on the right,
I'd be more confident about a win with Palmer.
So then it goes to a 1% chance of Arsenal winning the game.
Yeah.
I think that personally, I'm not really neutral. I do hate Arsenal a lot more, but I think that going into that game, I really think that Chelsea struggle if Arsenal get ahead. I think
agreed. First goal key.
I know it's so obvious to say, but the first goal is massive. But I also
particularly with them because defensively they're
wicked. I also think they grow into the game more than you do. I think I don't know which second half. We are a second half team. Yeah, but I think at Stamford Bridge, the energy in the stadium, the first 20 minutes. I think if you can get ahead, I think Arsenal might then struggle to come out a little bit more. And I mean, they've shown they can do it this season, of course, but they do definitely struggle more in that kind of game state. Whereas I think the longer it stays 0-0, I think basically if you don't score early, I think that Arsenal are the team that grow into it and then really settle, got a deeper squad and more quality to bring off the bench as well. Yeah. I think that it could be a long day if that happens. But I mean, look, you're Chelsea, you're big bad Chelsea.
No,
you can do anything to anyone.
Like if you were talking to me about certain other games, I'd feel more worried about it.
Yeah,
like I think we discussed the other day.
I can so see a João Pedro penalty. By the way, in my head, I can just see a João Pedro penalty.
Well, probably because he defrauded us. In a game for Brighton last season, one fraudulent penalty and scored it. That's probably why.
I could see maybe another Neto. I could see another Neto scream. I could see Raya getting lobbed again. Like this is not some team that I've not seen us compete with.
I can see us beating 5-0 again.
Yeah, but Alfie Gilchrist and Disassi aren't playing today, so it's it's a bit of a different. It's a bit of a different game.
Chalobah, you can't.
Disassi's comfortably worse than those guys. And Alfie Gilchrist is a bit of a downgrade on Reece James. Let's be real.
True.
Like I think we've got enough quality to hurt Arsenal, and Arsenal have enough quality to hurt us. But
we've got players coming back. I think we're catching this game at a good-ish time. Like we have got injuries. Obviously, Gabriel will definitely be out. I think Havertz will still be out, but Madueke, Martinelli back on the bench for the game against Spurs. Sounds like Ødegaard, Gyökeres might both be back by the time we play Chelsea.
A Nonny dagger. The old club syndrome.
Do we not? We've been talking about the script writers this season. Old club syndrome.
I'm surprised if Nonny scored against us. That wouldn't surprise me.
I think where you thrive more is with Eze and how much space and freedom he had against Spurs. He just doesn't get that against Caicedo.
No.
And I think that...
Don't breathe.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong, he can still have an effect on the game, but I think with Caicedo there, we've seen firsthand how he can nullify the threat of a sort of floating 10, and that's where Eze's played for Arsenal this season. I actually think
he'll stick Reece James, Caicedo in midfield and put Gusto.
Yeah.
Like, he likes doing that.
Yeah, I think that would be the way to go, actually. And I think that there are the biggest threat.
Will be the one they can get at.
Yeah,
we can get at
for sure. But again, the left hand side for Arsenal
Saka
is
can get
not...
a Cucurella.
Trossard has been really good recently.
He never does.
I've seen this before. I've seen it before, mate. I've seen it before.
He gets out.
I've seen Chelsea fans that claim that Saka's never got a Cucurella, and then a compilation comes out after the game where Saka dusts him about 5 times.
It's a good battle.
There's lots of good battles all over the pitch. I think.
But that's where I think you could have some confidence is that Arsenal's biggest threats potentially. I think from set pieces you'll be vulnerable though, but without Gabriel, that plays into your hands. Saka against Cucurella. Cucurella is a very good one-on-one defender. I think that he can. Saka. I think
Saka's hardest games come against him. For
sure. I don't think Saka's ever that quiet. Like I think that he has such an impact on the game overall, and I think that your centre half in terms of occupying a striker, there won't be that massive threat there. And I think that mentally, obviously, your squad is in a good place compared to a team like Spurs last weekend. Terrible place against Arsenal. It allowed Arsenal to just run away with it after they scored. I think if Arsenal score one, it's not just going to be a kind of case of they run away with the game. But
particularly after that hard win we got against Barcelona, we're going to be buzzing. So.
Yeah, fact.
Both teams. It'll be fun. It will be fun to watch. It'll be interesting. Yeah. It's a great litmus test.
It's a great game
for our team.
It will be a great game.
And it's a real litmus test for Arsenal in terms of how big of a lead can they build.
I genuinely think I think if we beat you, that is like
done. Yeah, done.
No, I never want to say done because it will come back to bite me.
Like,
it'll come back to bite me.
Incredible.
You know what I mean? If we went 9 points clear of you, and we guarantee at least 7 ahead of City, assuming that they beat Leeds United, but having got this week out of the way as well, I think at that point you start looking at it going, like we should, with players coming back from injury.
Yeah, agreed.
I think we'd be in a very good spot for it.
You're on the kind of position right now where it's kind of like scales. If you go one way, lose this weekend, you're probably back in the top 4 race.
With how that part of the table is,